Alrighty, hello. Let's get this audio going. Bam, bam, bam. All right, how we doing? How we all doing today? My audio is still not coming through my earbuds. There we go. All right, let's get into things. How am I doing on stamina? So we can do one full run of electric skill mats. That's not skill mats. That's not skill mats. That's skill mats. Just gonna take care of skill mats here before we go into the battle trial, which I actually haven't seen too much of yet. Hope everyone is having a lovely Tuesday or Wednesday, wherever you are. Where am I at on skill mats right now? 33. 48. I have about a week's worth of skill mats to get if we get the double mats event. That'll help me do some prep. Did they announce which one we're getting? Which one we're getting first? Notices. I feel like they should have announced it today, shouldn't they? Maybe it's tomorrow. Yeah, because if they announced it tomorrow, it would go up on Friday. Hello, Trey. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you're doing good. I thought they usually announce the double drop event on Tuesdays. Maybe I'm forgetting. It is what it is. It'll come when it comes. Alright. Battle Trial Quest, where are you? We gotta go back to 6th Street to come back here. You can wait for me to finish your account stuff. Do you gotta redeem? Are we doing a redeem? I did my dailies. Oh, my stamina. If you gotta redeem, now's a good time before we get into the battle trial. We got a whole account review redeem. Ah, dang. All right, Trey. Is that you DMing me? No, that's another server notifying me. If you want to send me your login info, and we can get things set up once I get through this dialogue. in. Sounds good. No snap, it's the flattery tactic. Perfect dodge combo moves, team combat. Yeah, it's a lot more score based this time around, which will be interesting to tackle. All right, but we got a channel redeem to take care of first. Let me go ahead and get that login set up. Okay. Setting up the login now. Alright, Trey, you should see the code on your end. Just send that to me once it gets to you. Thank you, thank you. Now, is there anything particular you're looking to get out of this? Outside of looking at Wise's six-pack? Because we could do that. If there's nothing particular you're looking for, I'll just go through and see what's going on. But if there's anything particular you want me to take a look at, I can definitely do so. We can say hi to Hal. We won't talk to Hal because Hal's asleep, and we do not wake up Hal. There's yes, we are in fact in. Are there anything particular you want me to look at? Whether it's characters, is there any content you're struggling with? Any plans you're trying to verify? You want to build some teams. So are we trying to figure out like different team comps you could use for Deadly Assault? Yeah, we can definitely do that. Alright, so we're looking at Deadly Assault. So we want to consider this rotation, but we also want to consider it in general. You share drives with majority of characters aside from Yishuan. That's not a problem for DA. Because you can share gear in between them. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what you got here. So I'm looking at the W engines first, just to see what we have for S ranks. So we have Neko Sig, Hellfire, Vivian Sig, Yishuan Sig. So for limited, we just have Yishua and then Vivian. Did you start in 1.0? How old is this account? You're 55. You started in 1.0, okay. Came back in 1.7. So you came back in 1.7, pulled Lighter, Vivian, then pulled Yixuan, and then you just got Miyabi now. And I understand you're likely trying to get her signature. Oh, we're so close on pity. Is this guaranteed? Or are you rolling the 75? Gonna play right after Jane drop due to game getting too big for old phone. Ah, I see. You're on the 75. I wish you luck, because Miyabi definitely wants that signature.
I can help you ward off.
But let's see what we got here.
Touch my tail, and now.
So for DPS, we have Yixuan and Miyabi. You have the two strongest DPS in the game, so you're in a good spot there. Then we have Vivian, we have Ellen. Soldier 11 is Trial. And then outside of that, you just have the A rank DPS, so Billy, Corrin, Piper, and Anton. Use your guarantee for Yixuan's signature. That's fair. Like, Yixuan wants her signature just as much as Miyabi does. So that makes perfect sense. So in terms of teams, I would say for the limited units that you pulled, we can definitely make use of them. If we were just looking at team options right now, like not even going into the builds, where's your preset? It looks like you already have some presets set up here. We wouldn't want Vivian here. You're out of batteries for tonight, but you're 5 off from finishing your Ellen core. Nice, nice. So overall, I would say these are the teams that I would lean towards recommending. The only other DPS that I would be considering is like Piper, so you could run Piper Vivian. And that'll also give you physical coverage. But Grace Vivian can work well. Like this team can be solid. The only thing I would say is Vivian doesn't really work on this team, because there's not enough anomalies happening, and Yixuan doesn't scale off of AP, which means Vivian's and Blooms aren't doing anything for damage. If you're looking for a last slot for this team, let's see, what would we want here? Nope, that's why I quick picked this off. So for the last slot, we could use Nicole. We could use Pulchra. We could use even Lucy. But I'd probably lean towards Pokra or Nicole. Yeah, Victor's a fan of Nicole on the last slot.
Nothing to fear. The cunning hairs are here.
Your Nicole only has levels. She ain't finished her core. Her core is the only thing that she needs. She doesn't really need her skills leveled. They're nice to level, specifically these three. But her core is the most important part because that's where her defense shred is. I would also get her on either 4-piece Astral or 4-piece Swing Jazz because 4-piece Chaotic is a DPS set. But I know you're still building her. So
Need something? My services
yeah,
are expensive.
yeah, we have P5 the Vault, so yeah, that's the Yishuan buff. Between that and her additional ability, she is giving Yishuan. We are M5. Ooh, one Nicole off from the 15 crit rate. It's okay though. Actually, yeah, her core technically doesn't matter outside of this energy region because the defense shred is useless on Yishuan. You share her discs with the rest of your supports? Okay. You may need to make 2 sets if you only have 1 support set going. Yeah, it looks like you just have 1 full set at the moment. We might have to take a look at your drive discs to see what opportunities there are. Maybe. Yeah.
Need something? My services are
And then for Bang Boo, we would just use Bellion here. You just have 1. Yeah, you would want to create a second one in order to run these 2 together. But other than that, these teams are fine. Like you have 3 Miyabi teams. So Miyabi has plenty of options. Hello there, Yotsugi. I'm doing well. My partner's doing well. Outside of the fact that she was in a dungeon in 14 earlier, she did not like that. But she's doing well. Hopefully better than you. Well, I hope things get better for you, Yotsugi. We're here just going over Trey's characters and team options. Those were Ellen's teams before Miyabi. Yeah, that makes sense. This was like Ellen 1.0 team. This is Ellen lighter team. Although Lucy doesn't have to be here technically. Your fridge isn't working. That is unfortunate. Especially if you're in the northern hemisphere. Because it has been hot. COD decided to implode itself on and took 3 hours to re-download due to updates. Well done. It's 80 to 100 Fahrenheit all week. Yeah, that sounds like how it is here. I think it was like 97 earlier today. So if we're looking at the current Deadly Assault, it probably looks something like use Yishuan against Priest, Grace Vivian against the against Fiend, and then Miyabi against Pompeii. Mono Ice would work, but this extra fire could be nice as well, specifically for Notorious Pompeii. Hello, Boruke. Made water cubes. Oh. I am doing well. We're just going over Trey's account right now, giving some direction on teams. use Yixuan on Fiend. So Yixuan can work on Fiend, but I wouldn't say I would do it for your account. Because one, Priest favors Yixuan because it gives a crit damage buff, whereas Fiend gives anomaly buffs. So it's better to use anomaly DPS where you can there, and Vivian has advantage with ether weakness. Tsugi, I hope you are able to resolve that fridge sooner rather than later, because yeah, this time of year, that is the most unfortunate thing to happen. House owner is getting a new part that should be in tomorrow or day after. Oh, you just got groceries too? That is just poor timing. You're kind of slacking on your physical group, like the physical DPS. If you're talking about your physical coverage, Piper's right here.
Let's take a break.
Piper, Vivian, Lucy would be a very solid team to run, especially into Miasmic Fiend. Granny's great. Piper Bloom. Sounds like a Genshin archetype. So if you wanted to do a physical team, you could do something like this, and then just run Robin on last. That would work. You would main Granny if Jane did an overlap. I would play more Piper if I didn't have Jane and Alice on my main account. I do have Piper on my alt. I need to get pieces on her. You're good, Trey. You're good. So this isn't a team that I would say you absolutely need right now, but it is worth considering for physical coverage. But you could definitely do DA with, like, you could do this current rotation of DA with what you have here. So again, we could do Yixuan against Priest, because it's her boss. She beats it up. She has a good time doing it. Then you play Anomaly into Miasmic Fiend. In this case, we can use Grace Vivian, because that frees up Miyabi to fight Pompey. Granny's back is sore from carrying so many free-to-play teams. Level 32 Grace is indeed concerning.
I can help you ward off misfortune and disaster.
Another nice thing about building Piper is that you already have her signature leveled. So you don't have to worry about that, at least.
Let's take a break.
Let's start the experiment.
As for Grace, she could just stick on Weeping Gemini. Oh, you also have an Electrolip, though. So she could use that as well. No worries, no worries.
I only handle technical matters.
I'm gonna let's see. Oh yeah, no, Trey is going for Miyabi signature. Like they are doing their best to get it. We can only wish them luck. So right now what I'm seeing before we get too deep into things is levels and drive discs. We'll want to take a look at the skills as well to see what's leveled there.
What brings you here this time?
So let's take a look at the DPS first. So we have EX maxed out first. If you were gonna max out a skill on Yishuan, I would have gone for ult, but you actually want to level basic because basic has her auric array, so her technique gauge. So I would try to get some levels on this. Core F, we do want to get eventually, but let's see. We're missing Lycon cores. Nicole, but we're just using her with Yishuan. We would still like the energy regen here, though. That's a trial unit. Lighter needs his core passive. You do also want to level dodge because you do use dodge and that builds up days. If we're going to be using Rena with Grace, we do want to level Rena's core passive. Sokaku's build isn't bad. We do need energy regen here, though, if we're playing like normal Sokaku. But if we're playing Mono Ice, we actually want to change this up entirely. Yeah, I would say levels and just like some direction for this account would go a long way. Like it feels like we're building a lot of different things, and outside of the DPS, there's not much done. You kind of did stuff as you needed to, so kind of like as it came up. You definitely have solid units to work with. We just got to get them all up to a certain standard. If it asks you for a fire team, you put all on fire. I can understand where the logic is. Like, you hit a wall and you're like, okay, what do I need to do to overcome this wall? The problem with that is that it's only you're only solving the short-term solution. and you're not building yourself up for long term. And what we want to do is build our units up for long term use, because we plan to use them for a long time. So even if it holds you back in the beginning, it sets up for a much smoother experience down the road.
I can help you ward off misfortune and disaster.
So I would say if your goal is to tackle Deadly Assault, we need to start with 3 teams and just focus on fixing those 3 teams and making sure they are good to go. And the best way to do that, I would say, is to center around Miyabi, Vivian, and Yishuan. Ellen is a good DPS, but you have 2 ether, 2 ice, but this ether can pair up with Piper or with Grace, so you can cover other things, whereas Ellen wouldn't give you any coverage that Miyabi isn't already giving you. So while we could definitely build Ellen eventually, I just wouldn't focus on her right now. We want to get 3 varied teams that can handle different situations up and running. This is M0 Miyabi, right?
This is the path I follow.
Yeah.
Eradicate all evil.
So I would probably lean towards playing these 3 teams here. So the Yishuan, the Miyabi Mono Ice, and the Vivian Grace. You could also consider playing Piper Vivian. A third main DPS would be something to consider down the line, but with how short we are on polls right now, trying to secure Miyabi's signature, that it's not something that's going to happen in the short term. Like I would say maybe looking at the 2.3 units and seeing if there's somebody that interests you there once they get revealed. Then we can think about building around that unit. But for now, I think we're working just with what we got. Yeah. Now the question is, would we rather build Grace or Piper? You have Piper's engine leveled, whereas Grace you would need to level an engine. So I'm actually leaning towards Piper. Especially because we have Alice coming out, which means we're going to have physical weak enemies. So Miasmic Fiend will probably be around for a little bit. Do you plan to pull Alice or Jane on like a rerun? Or try to go for Alice now? Or is there an electric DPS that you're interested in, Trey, like Soldier Zero or Seed or Yanagi? Because that could lead us either way. Piper Vivian is also just very solid. Like, I would probably lean towards Piper Vivian, especially since you have her signature leveled, unless you're trying to go for Alice or Jane. Alice is the other member of Spook Shack that's coming next week. Her. So physical anomaly DPS. But your phone just forced an update. Ah, welcome, welcome back. All right, what was the last thing you heard from me before your phone updated you? Miyabi can also go budget with Piper if you need to free up Miyabi's teammates. That's true. If you were to run like Miyabi, Piper, Lucy, or Miyabi, Vivian, Lucy, then you could run Ellen on the other side with Lycon Sokaku. But Sokaku needing a new diskette to Tamana Ice. Okay, so we missed a bit. It's okay. So right now I think what we need to do is focus on 3 teams. And building those teams around Yishuan, Miyabi, and Vivian. That does mean putting Ellen and Lighter on the back burner for now. But we can get to building them once you get your first 3 teams set up. Like, if we want to be clearing endgame content consistently, we need to focus on 3 teams. And no, Lighter's level 50.
I'm here, so we're good.
Lighter's level 50. He does have Hellfire Gears leveled, but that can also just go to Lycon. He also doesn't have his core passive. Does have some skills leveled. Lycon's in a pretty similar spot as him.
I'm at your disposal.
But my only thing with using Lighter with Miyabi is that it's a bit more harder to play. Because you're not getting as much anomaly buildup from Lighter Lucy as you would from Lycon Sokaku. The Soldier 11 is a trial unit.
I can help you ward off misfortune.
Oh, I know, it's not a trial unit. Why did I think this was the star thing? No, wait, this is an actual Soldier 11. There is a Soldier 11. Why did I think this was a trial unit? Okay. You didn't have Soldier 11 in the preset, so I was like very confused. Alright, so we actually could build 4 teams. But we probably want to start with 3. Soldier 11, Lighter, Lucy would be a very solid team. Let me, I do better with spreadsheets. So we're gonna pull out a spreadsheet. I just need my quick guide sheet. All right. Spreadsheet. Your Pokra is going to be on Nishuan's team, but someone told you that unless you have M6, you shouldn't. You can use Pokra on Yishuan's team without M6. Like, ideally you would be M6, but it's not required because you still have utility with King of the Summon and she still builds up days. But in your case, you have Nicole level 60. I would just
Help you
use
ward off
Nicole.
misfortune and disaster.
All right, so back to my spreadsheet. Let me just grab the units that we have here. So we have these. Let me know if you guys are seeing this okay. I'm just trying to get Trey's roster in here first. You don't have any other electric limiteds. You have Colada.
What brings you here this time?
You do, but you also have lighter, so it doesn't really matter, but we're just gonna get the roster in here anyway. We got the whole ice party. You wanted her, but you decided to skip for Miyabi. Isn't Poker a fox? No, Poker's a cat. Poker's last name is Fellini, as in feline. We have all the A ranks, right? Yeah, you're just missing Neko and the limiteds for physical. And then you have Nicole, along with Vivian and Yishuan. So this is our roster. This is what we're working with right now. I'm just color coding things because that's just what I do. All right, everybody seeing this okay right now? We're gonna come up with some teams for Trey. I'm glad you're enjoying this. Okay, so as I mentioned, we want to center our teams around Miyabi, Yishuan, and Vivian. We just recently discovered that we have a Soldier 11 that we can use. So, while we are prioritizing 3 teams for now, there are certainly teams that we can think about in the future. Yi, Panda, Pokra, Miyabi, Vivian, Sokaku, Nicole, Soldier 11, Lucy, Lighter. That would be a good route to go as well. So, I was thinking like Mono Ice Miyabi, so we could play Piper. The one team we know for sure we're doing is the Yishuan team. Like this team we're set on. We could either consider. So there's two scenarios here. We can consider Miyabi with Mono Ice. And then Vivian, Piper, Lucy. Or we could give Miyabi to Vivian, or Vivian to Miyabi. And play Soldier 11, Lighter, Lucy. So there's Mono Ice plus Piper Bloom. Or there's sure Mia Bloom and the agenda. The agenda. So what do we think about these routes here? Like, do we want to run? How, in terms of like our limited S rank distribution, I guess we would be using more of our S ranks here. If each one has signature and decently invested, she can do fine with just a half-built Panda and Pokra to free up Nicole for another team. Do we need Nicole on another team though? I don't think we'd need Nicole anywhere else. Like maybe if we had Astra, there could be Astra Nicole somewhere. I guess you could use Nicole here, but it's like if you were to use Nicole here, it would be to use this team. But then Piper doesn't get her additional abilities, so that doesn't work. Having a stacked Miyabi team, usually 3 stars, insanely easy, so making up 3 stars among 2 teams won't be hard for experience. That is true. Stacking your Miyabi team usually works, but like for example, this rotation does not favor Miyabi. Miyabi still clears just fine, but it doesn't favor her. I'm gonna switch this to Lycon for no other reason than I'm biased. Also, let's get some music in here. You don't have a Yi skill issue like me. It's all a matter of practice, Yotsugi. So this, what are the pros and cons here? Maybe we do. Maybe we do go this route. Trey, are there any units that you're like, I want to get this unit in the future? Are there any units at all? If you have Beneath the Mask in that playlist, please skip. No, it's not. It's not here. You're good. This is Pokemon Gold Silver Vaporwave. Depends on what elements the idols become. So you're going for the idols, but we don't know what the idols are doing, so we can't really make plans based off of that right now. I would listen to the Persona soundtrack. I have played the Persona 3 soundtrack before. But right now it's Pokemon. Orphe and Seed look cool, but you don't know if they fit on your account. You would likely need to pull teammates for Orphe or Seed. Although, like, based off the word off the street, you might be able to run something like Soldier, Lighter, Orphe. If you redeem a 1.5, can I redeem the B5 soundtrack? Yeah, like lighter Orphe Soldier could work. That could be something to consider. If that's the case, then I'm leaning more towards the Soldier. But yeah, it might be hard for you to pull them anyway after going for Miyabi's signature, because you're gonna Orphe's phase 2, so provided we get the average pulls, you could technically guarantee her. The problem is what if she wants her signature, and then that's where the concern can lie. What do you have for attack engines? You just have Starlight and Steel Cushion. And we have a 4-week phase 2 in this patch. I think they went with Hellfire from the looks of it, which makes sense for Lighter. You don't mind skipping them? Yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to see if you were interested in them. I'm not saying you have to pull them, but if you're like, I really want to get Orpheus. Yeah, especially if you're interested in the idols, skipping would probably be a better bet. Yeah, like Chinatsu's in the game. Like, her model is there. She's talking. All right. So we're just getting Miyabi's signature, then saving for idols, but we have no idea what idol is going to do, so that's not going to change our decisions here. We're just going to play with what we got. This is our roster for like the next 2 to 3 patches at least. So the main decision we're looking at is, do we want to play Soldier 11 or do we want to play Piper? And now that I know, after seeing the Soldier 11, like, I am leaning towards Yotsugi's recommendation of Miyabi Vivian and then Soldier Lighter. Because that uses up, I think, all of your limited S ranks outside of Ellen, which we already know can't be used yet. Yeah, this would make use of all your limited S ranks. It would also make use of Soldier as a standard S rank. And this would be an easier team to play than Mono Ice. Not saying that mono ice is hard to clear with, it's just hard to optimize. So I think we're leaning into this plan. So we got Mia Bloom. That's the trademark name now. Why do I keep not putting the A in agenda? I'm not maintaining it. I don't have a funny name for Yishuan's team. I actually don't remember what I named my Yishuan team. The holy Excel work. I like spreadsheets. I don't know if y'all know. I like spreadsheets. For those of you, in case anybody's unaware, I do have some quick guides available. For some reason, it says Yuzuha guide coming soon, but it is there. It's already out. I forgot to update the text on that. On the YouTube side, it says Jufufu agent. I'm pretty sure I changed that to Yuzuha, but apparently I didn't. Alice guide is coming within the next few days, so look forward to that. So we've made some progress. What's funny is that I don't use spreadsheets in my work. I have never used spreadsheets in the workplace. I have only used spreadsheets for fun. I just find it helpful to organize everything. Like let me see, can I pull this up here? I can't pull this up here. I was just gonna show you all my thinking sheet. Alright. So, Trey, if any of this looks like something you don't want to do, please let me know. At any time. But based off of what we've gone over so far, these look like the 3 teams that we should be starting with. And then later on, we can branch into other things. Like we can branch into Ellen Lycon, or Ellen Lighter, or Ellen Lycon Lighter. Like you could also just play like this team and not have to build Lycon. Oh, ads. Oh no, we got ads. Why do we have ads? Oh, the pre-roll's off. How do I get my Excel skills? If there was something I wanted to do in Excel, I googled how to do it. And then I learned how to do it. Welcome back, Trey. Ventus Cross, how does that translate to Asvent? There's no A. So Asvent is short for Azul Ventus, which is blue one. So I'm gonna destroy this spreadsheet for a second to explain this to Yotsugi, because this is a bit of a mouthful. All right, so here's some Asvent Ventus Cross lore for you. So we have Asvent in very small font. So we have Asvent. Asvent is short for Azul Ventus. That also branches out. I also go by Ventus Cross in some games, and that is just taking the Ventus from Azul Ventus and then Cross, because it's cool. You thought it was pronounced AZ Vent? No, it's people have said AZ Vent before. It's okay. People mispronounce my real name too, so it's like I'm not even put off by it. But I do pronounce it as Vent. So Ventus Cross branched off from Azul Ventus. What in the light Yagami is this? So that, yeah, this branches off from this. But Azul Ventus translates to Blue Wind. You can also just say cross. That's fine. So now you're saying it's like, okay, Blue Wind, does that have any meaning? It does actually. Blue Wind is actually from Sonic 06. Specifically, an obscure achievement from Sonic 06 called Soliana's Blue Wind. The game of my code. No, this is Sonic 06. This is Sonic on the 360. This was an achievement you got for completing all of Sonic's Town missions with an S rank. And Blue Wind just sounds cool. Sonic is also referred to as the Blue Blur, but I like Blue Wind because I like wind. So we took that achievement from 06, turned it into part Latin, part Spanish because Latin's cool and I speak Spanish. And then Azul Ventus is too long, so I shortened it to Asvent. And then eventually I played Persona 3, and Persona 3 told me to pick a last name. So I used Cross. You speak Latin? That's cool. I don't speak Latin, but I grabbed a lot of Latin words when I was a teenager because I was edgy like that. Specifically, I was Chunibyo like that, and I still am Chunibyo. I just don't look up that many Latin words anymore. I learned the ones that I need for my Chunibyo. You know a lot of Japanese for a guy who doesn't speak it? Are you sure you don't speak it? Alright, so there's Asvent lore for you. Where'd the cross come from? The cross is inspired by my actual name. And that is all I will say. You watch sub and dub at the same time, you recognize words sooner or later, that's fair. Ross. No. That's right, I'm actually Ross from Friends. He's from Friends, right? Yeah, he's from Friends. As Ross. That sounds too close. Bob Ross. Explains a smooth voice. Thank you. You see, as your typical Monogatari enjoyer who went deep into understanding what everything means, you can't read or speak Japanese, but you understand how it works and word structure. Fair enough. My special technique for Japanese is the fact that Spanish pronunciation is actually very close to Japanese pronunciation, so I can just use my Spanish accent and I can pronounce Japanese words. That's how I learned to pronounce Japanese in the beginning. Not that I can speak Japanese, I just know how to pronounce the words. Alright. You may have seen me do some shenanigans here at the bottom. This was just me coming up with Ellen teams. Just some other teams that we can explore. So these are the main 3 teams that we're looking at. I didn't mean to do it like that. And then other teams we could look at potentially making. We mentioned the Piper team. Monogatari is and forever will be your favorite anime if no one can tell. I don't know how I could have figured it out without you telling me right now. Yotsugi Ononoki. I don't know. Oh, there was also the Grace Arena team. It's not like your bio on every platform mentions it. Yours is Gurren Lagann. Nice. Mine is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I could never get tired of that show. But I also have a lot of other favorites like Shaman King and Soul Eater and Darker Than Black, Assassination Classroom. The list goes on and on. I could just link my Annie list. Are there any teams here that I'm missing that we could consider that would actually benefit the accounts in some capacity? I don't think there are. Like we're using every S rank outside of Colada, which we have lighter. So Colada kind of just Ben Colada pinned. I respect the hustle Yotsugi. Yeah, we can also slot in on whichever the two teams in the middle that Vivian isn't in. That is true. Miyabi could just show up here if needed. Ben Colada lighter and make Ben DPS. You know, Trey, I was gonna give you a link to this. Don't worry. I am sending this to you once we finish things up here. I thought of that as I was making this press sheet. I'm like, oh, I can just give this to Trey. Yeah, I think these are some good teams to explore. So we have the main three we want to focus on. And then we have some options that we can build later on. Billy Nicole is always an option. But we do have Piper for coverage, so at that point we would be building Billy because we like Billy. And it is fair to like Billy. Billy's great. He's in my top 5. We just don't need Billy right now. If you wanted to play Billy, like you could do like Billy Nicole. Somebody probably I like to run Pulcra. If you were to get Chufufu or Yi Xuan, Chufufu's great for Billy. If you wanted to do a Billy team, you could do like this. I quite like this team. You could also put Lucy here. Both work. You're on the you love Ben Good. He's too strong to build. So like if you wanted to play Billy, you could build this team, and that would work. But these are still the teams that I would prioritize up top here. So for drive discs, so if we're starting off with these 3 teams, teams, what you be seeing is not what the game be recommending. That's fair. So let's grab this. Let me actually move this one further. So 4-piece, 2-piece. Let me make this a little bit bigger so everyone can read it. Sokaku uses freedom and standard for the rest. In this case, Sokaku would not use freedom blues because you're not playing mono ice. Because you have Vivian giving disorders, so Sokaku actually benefits more going Astro Voice. How do I want to organize this? It's okay. We'll look at what you have for drive discs in a moment. I'm like blanking out on how I should format this. So we want to show 4-piece. We want to show DD4, 5, and 6. No, this should be fun. So branch and blade. Oh, you know what? I have things for this. I have technology. As soon as I find it. There it is. I forgot to add air to Miyabi's 4-piece name. Air. Is there a joke here I'm not getting? So with 2 pieces, we're not even gonna think about like what, and pretty much anything offense. Like, I'm gonna label it as DPS, but what I mean by DPS is literally anything that gives damage will work here. Like, and anything. We want Phaethon's here. We want Astro Voice, and then Swing Jazz. Airbnb. That's a good one. You wonder if you can make back enough for a DA clear before we get done with this? For me to do your DA clear? You plotted on me? What else do we know we're definitely using? Yunkoi Tails. Nope. That's not Yunkoi Tails. Sometimes I have to refresh this so I can actually copy paste. Do we want Pan holding Astral or Nicole? I think we want Nicole holding Astral. And Pan would be on Protopunk. You can see why the account review costs more now. Yeah, this is why it costs more. I wanted to make sure that everything I do provides value that I believe is adequate. And the account review, yeah. Yeah. Soldier 11 4-piece. We would want Inferno Metal here, but Woodpecker can work. Why is it putting Swing Jazz there? We'd probably want Inferno Metal, especially since you only have Steel Cushion as a crit W engine. Getting the crit rate from Inferno would be nice. Yabi, we were looking at crit rate or crit damage. Anything damage for here. When can your panda learn the whooshy peeking figure technique to skadoosh? It's skadoosh. It's skadoosh. Not shadoosh. Skadoosh. But that's a good question. You know, when we get 5-star Panyin, he'll be able to skadoosh. The account head tag is most definitely the truth. I try to do so. Oh, that's... I put AM as DD4. No, that's AP. This is AM. And then here will be attack percent. And then attack percent. If you don't need the attack percent, you could go a DPS one here. The main thing is hitting her goal of 2500 attack. No, you'll probably be at core E, so the goal would be like 26 and change. You got M12 Billy this banner. What does he get? These are DPS. They build DPS things. Nicole literally can just use anything here. And her 4 and 5, she technically doesn't need anything here. Would it not be better if Sokaku had the anomaly set, the one that takes res build up? So in Mono Ice, Freedom Blues is really good because it helps Sokaku, Lycon, and Miyabi all build up anomalies. But in this team, you're getting plenty of anomaly build up from Vivian already. She doesn't benefit from Freedom Blues. Miyabi still does, but not enough for it to be worth it over getting the damage percent from Astral Voice. So I wouldn't use Freedom Blues outside of Mono Ice. Does he get triple the guns and use 3 guns style Onigiri? Okay, so I think we have our set boat pieces that we're looking at. We have our main stats. And these are just we're just focusing on the 3 teams. So in terms of like stage farming, so we already have two stages that we can farm efficiently. Those being Astral Branch and Yunkoi Summit. He becomes a tripod on wheels to spin more efficiently. The stuff that we would need to craft. So this is the good to farm, and this is the good to craft. Pretty much everything else. But we're gonna look at what we have right now. And he transforms into a motorcycle and his guns at the handles. What is happening? Am I missing any drive sets? No, I think that's all of them. Branch and Blade, Phaethons, Astral Swing, Yonkoi, Protopunk, Inferno, Summit. Yeah, we're good. The nice thing is that your supports pretty much all use the same pieces outside of Panyinhu. So you would need an Astral Voice set. You would want 2 for Shiyu defense. So you need 2 Astral Voice sets, 1 Protopunk set. Honestly, almost everybody's gonna need their own set. Like, you can get away with 2 Astral Voice sets, and then whichever supports you're using will just share between them. You don't think it's worth crafting Protopunk just for Pan when you can go Astral on Pan and swing Jazz on Nicole? True. You know, I think that would be more efficient for our endeavors. And then we can go Shockstar here. I know you like that 2-piece Shockstar on Nicole. And that makes 1 less set for us to farm. Billy as Ruby, Anby as Shni, Nekomata as Blake, and Yang as Nicole. It works for 3 stun faces. She doesn't really need any other 2-piece, so like getting impact here is perfectly fine. Keep getting the White Ring of Doom. That's okay. We have the spreadsheet, so if you got disconnected, you come back and you can see what we got so far. Yeah, Nicole 2-piece can really be anything. We're just gonna have Shockstar pieces because we need them for lighter anyway, so might as well throw them on. But if we can't get the main stats we need here, then we just give her whatever has the main stats. Alright. So we got 2 stages we can farm, and 4 sets that we would need to roll for. If we don't have the pieces for it, but I'm pretty sure I saw leveled Vivian pieces, and we did see an Inferno Metal set. I don't know if it was the right main stats, but it was there. We'll check that out. I just want to make sure we got a good plan going into it. But I think this is good. I think this is good. And like, the nice thing here is that all 4 DPS could use Astral Voice. Yishun would prefer to have like Branch and Blade, but she could technically use Astral Voice if we get like HP main stats in there. So we only need, there's only 8 drive disc sets that we need to worry about. Yeah, the fact that both of these function as like really good 2 pieces is crazy. Like, Branch and Blade Astral Voice is such a good place to farm. So good. Like, I don't even have Miyabi on my main account, and I still farm this. Just because the 2 pieces and the 4-piece Astral. Alright, but I think we got a good spot for what we want for drive discs for this team. So that being said, we're going to switch back to the game real quick. And we're going to see where we're at for drive discs.
This is the path I follow.
When are we getting that Persona 7 live stream? Yes, I will be revealing Persona 7. That definitely will be happening. In terms of games that Going off the 100% accurate art you sent, it means it should be coming soon. True. Very true. That is a very accurate chart. Trey, is it okay if I adjust your favorites? If the internet didn't kick you out? If not, it's fine. I don't know if Trey's alive. Right now we're just worried about getting functioning sets on everyone. Reason no Persona 6 is because we're getting 7 then going back to 6. Which will have the most Kellab character 2B in it as a teacher. I don't know how much of a teacher 2B would be. Maybe like in combat. Right, let's take a look at our DPS here. Let me turn on the in-game audio. We'll keep the music on though. We vibing right now. So how's Yishwen looking? Sheer force is solid. Crit rate 89%. Crit damage is a little low. That looks. But otherwise, like, this is a functioning build, so I'm not too worried about this. We might be able to find some upgrades here, but the build is functioning. Let's look at Vivian. We got the main stats. We got the sets. How's her stats? This is an AP main stat weapon, right? Yeah, so AP could definitely be higher. And attack could be a little higher as well. But it's a functioning set. That's all we're trying to do right now. And then Miyabi, we are trying to get that W engine. But she is hitting 68% crit rate. Solid on the crit damage. Attack is low because we're on an anomaly mastery. Do we have an attack percent? We do. For Vivian, Miyabi, Sokaku, I would just yoink Ellen's. Ellen's anomaly mastery beats, because she also has one. No, we got this attack percent one here. We can just swap it. We lost a little crit rate, but we'll be okay. What's Soldier 11 sitting on for the DD6? Impact. He's got impact. The lack of locked gear is mildly frustrating. I mean, when you don't know what to lock, that's just what happens. It is what it is. Alright, so DPS are in... 3 of our DPS are in working shape. Let's look at Soldier. She doesn't have her stuff leveled. We do have crit rate. We do have fire damage. We need another attack drive disc. Do we have anything on a DPS set? We do. Okay, do we have anything here that we can use? So we're attack percent, pen ratio, fire damage. We do. Welcome back, Trey. I'm just robbing your Piper, don't mind me. We could also go 2-piece Astral, but we're gonna go 2-piece Hormone Punk because I found the pieces. For the maker tier list, can it be about anime? It can. Just any for fun tier list. So long as it's respectful. And for fun. In the spirit of fun. So like this is a very sad piece because it rolled completely into HP. Oh wait, but we have this here. Wait a second. Wait a second. Oh, we also have this one from Silkaku, and Silkaku's not gonna need it. Do we have an Astral here? We got a pen ratio. We got AP Panyin Hu. We could do like this. You need ChatGPT to make something stupid when you redeem that. If we borrow this, honestly, I would prefer to use Starlight. Unless you have a crit damage. You don't. And we don't have Inferno Metal here or here. You make good use of AI by using it for the dumbest reasons. Using AI for comedy? That's a good reason. Your college had an AI art class. That's crazy. Somebody's paying for that. Starlight Engine is just an upgrade over Steel Cushion, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that's the case. Because this is just a crit rate stat stick, and we're playing Infernal Metal. Yeah, there's no reason for us to not be using Starlight. It had like 20 people and it was ran by an ex-professional UI designer for Sega. Interesting. So Soldier 11 just needs her pieces leveled. Crit damage could be better, but we are going to have 4-piece Summit helping us. Like the games on the Dreamcast. Trey, if you're still connected, can I adjust your favorites?
My services are expensive.
It was all on iPads, and that's something else.
What brings you here this time?
So I would say the limited DPS. So these three are in decent spots. What about Cannon Rotor? Cannon Rotor is not good.
Time for some Joker.
Yeah, this is just it's just not good. Like if you're looking at A rank, you're always going to use Starlight. Just changing your favorites to the teams that we discussed. If you're gonna grab a BPW engine, I would just be grabbing Electrolip like every time and just get a P5 copy. It is what it is. But yeah, is it cool if I adjust your favorites to the 3 teams that we discussed? So we'd be taking out Ellen, Lycon, Rena, and we could keep Billy there because he's low level. So he's not gonna be in the middle of all this. You grabbed that on your first PP and never used it? It's all good. I have the defense one on my alt account. I bought 1 BP on my alt account. Other than that, it's completely free to play. The only reason I bought it was to catch up to my main. And I still haven't used that W engine.
And 1, 2.
Do you want me to fight? Or cook?
To what do I owe the pleasure?
That's... yeah, 4, 9. Yeah, that's all of them.
I can help you.
So these are the 9 units that we are working on, first and foremost. Billy is here because he's special. This is a Billy appreciation stream. We're just not building Billy right now. So I would say these 3 are in workable spots.
Awaiting further instructions.
Well, Soldier 11, we just want to level Starlight. And the rest of these W engines. Whenever stream, you gotta put Ben greater than fiction. You're working on getting Miyabi's signature. Whenever you get that, you'll need to level that. I do hope you're able to get it. What about skills for your DPS? Let me see. I'm making a whole other spreadsheet here. That's not the sheet that I wanted. That's also very distorted. Actually, I don't need a whole other thing for this. Oh wait, no, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to unfreeze. Delete this. Okay, so now we're gonna look at each agent one by one and figure out what they need urgently. Like, what do we need to get these units up and running? If you can level something up, go right ahead. Sounds good. We're gonna go through everyone first, and then we'll do what we can to start off. I did not mean to cut, I meant to copy. There we go. We need W engine levels. Drive disk levels. What else do we need on soldier? A lot, a whole lot. Agent level. I'm gonna zoom in a bit here. So agent level, W engine level, drive disk level. We also need basic EX and ultimate at least at 9+. Japanese TV is wild. It's just the different culture is what it is. Maybe I do put this on a separate spreadsheet because this is gonna be a lot of text. I can do it like this. What are my thoughts on the Shaman King reboot? I actually haven't seen it yet, much to my dismay. I watched the first couple episodes and I thought it was fine, but then Netflix just kind of put me off with the way they were airing it. I need to sit down and watch it. It is on my list. You're gonna be tempting to cat up, but your internet basically shut off. Your hotspot ain't coming. You're watching on your PlayStation, so you're just gonna give all further consent to fix up your account. Sounds good. Most of what I'm doing at this point is gonna be planning. And then we're gonna see what we can do now based off the plan. You're conflicted about the Spice and Wolf reboot since OG was in your top 5. Did they follow it like the original? I never actually watched Spice and Wolf, but one of my close friends was a big fan of it. The OG soundtrack was absolutely fire and relaxing. I think I heard a bit of the soundtrack previously. Alright. Finally got this organized to some extent. Don't mind me just forgetting how hotkeys work. Vice and Wolf OG Season 2 ending was slightly different than the novel, just to wrap up the storyline. That sounds like pretty standard for anime back then. Where's the Gintama skit talking about animes that catch up to their manga too fast? Yeah, a lot of animes back then did stuff like that. Assist, dodge. That's 7 to 9. We also want core E. GTO had an anime unique ending which done well. GTO was also a show that I didn't watch, but a different close friend of mine, she was very big into GTO. Okay, so for Soldier 11, we have get her to 60, get her W engine to 60. Core E, basic and EX and ult at 9+, assist and dodge 7 to 9, drive disc levels. Most shows just butcher season 2 and don't follow the manga. I mean, I've been pretty bad about watching anime recently. I know there are some shows that definitely had that issue, like Tokyo Ghoul, Promised Neverland, things of that sort. But I watched JJK, and I would say JJK did a pretty faithful season 2 compared to the manga. Like I was pretty satisfied with both Incidental Death and the Shibuya incident. But that's also like one of the only animes that I watched recently. We won't get into the JJK manga ending. That's a whole other discussion. Alright, let me go through the DPS again real quick. Yishuan has core E, so like she's not in too urgent need of anything. Outside of, I would say, basic to 9. That's really it. I haven't watched Demon Slayer outside of like the first episode, but I like the premise of it. It seems like my vibe. I just never sat down to watch it. Demon Slayer show proves your point. A lot of common anime fans care more about fights than story. Sometimes you just want to invest into something. Like I don't think JJK has the craziest story, but I'm invested nonetheless because of the characters. So Yishuan doesn't need too much. Vivian is perfectly fine. Like, she doesn't really need her levels too much. Oh, actually, yeah, she doesn't have anything she urgently needs right now.
I would never turn down Lord Phaethon. This is the path I follow.
And then Miyabi, we just hope and pray that Trey gets the signature. But other than that, Miyabi's in a workable spot right now. So that's it for the DPS. Now moving on to the supports. Let's start with Lighter. So Lighter, he has pieces. So we got a pretty good 2-piece here. We got crit rate and attack. We just need 4-piece summit. Hello, Mr. Nani. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. Yes, I try to make sure that these redeems are worth. There. We do a deep dive. Who's my favorite ZZZ character? Lycon. It goes Lycon, Yanagi, Hugo, and B Billy. I think that's like the most recent I did. Oh, for Nani. You're asking Nani. Sure. If anybody wants to shout out their favorite Zenless character, by all means. No, I said Lycon was my favorite, but I am just about to rob Lycon of these pieces. Because we need this 4-piece. Well, specifically these 3 pieces. So it's between Yuzuha or Monado. Both excellent choices. I would say out of Spook Shack, my favorite probably goes to Alice, but I like them all. They're all great. You wish you could get an account review for Genshin? I need an account review for my Genshin account. You recently came back to Zenless because of Spook Shack? Nice, nice. Yeah, they did a great job with Spook Shack. Such a good vibe. We have a drive disc set for our boy Lighter. Have this. Oh, we got a piece here and it's got crit on it. The night is going well. We are currently looking at Trey Hyuga's account. They redeemed an account review and we're just going over, just seeing what we can do to improve things. Does this hit? Oh, it's 43% crit rate. We're short. We'd have to hope that that hits like levels. Oh, this one has crit rate on it, so that's crit rate. I don't think we could swap the 4 5s. This is actually just a better DD4 though. You can 33 star Abyss, so you can help where you can if you need it. It's mostly 36 starring. That becomes an issue for me. Sometimes. I have to get creative. We would have to hope for 2 crit rate rolls. Between these 2 pieces. You're gonna go eat. Sounds good. As I mentioned, Mr. Nani, my favorite character is Lycon. Even though I just robbed his gear on Trey's account. Well, we got to work on things. If Lighter can get 2 crit rate rolls, 2, be okay. So Lighter needs agent level. His W engine is fine. Needs core E. Dodge at 7 to 9. I'd probably say EX and ult to 9. It's 100% Jane, so if you had to choose, maybe Jane. And then Juyuan and Harumasa. Juyuan's not a common pick. She's not high up on my list, but she's good. She's wholesome. We appreciate that. She's the only character in the game with what seems like a functioning family. And she just works her job. Like she's just Yun is the closest thing we have to just a person. Hello, Gisley. Welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Is there anything I'm missing for lighter? Agent level. Oh, drive disc levels. Pray for 2 CR rolls. If we don't hit 2 crit rate rolls, we're gonna have to find the crit rate rolls, but hopefully we don't have to do that. You came back to Zenless because of Jane's release? Jane was certainly a popular one on her release. So, agent level, core E, we went through skills, drive disc levels. You have an on and off relationship with Zenless? No worries. I've played Zenless literally every day since its release. So I like Zenless a little bit. But I know a lot of people who have been on and off with it, and that's fine. Okay, so we went through lighter. So now we have to go through the 4 supportive sets. You've been doing well trying to farm your pulse for user engine. How am I doing? I am doing fantastic. Currently, we are looking at Trey's account. Trey redeemed an account review. And right now, I am working out a to-do list to get their teams going. We figured out their teams. We figured out what drive disc sets they need. And now we're just going through and seeing what exactly needs to be done to get everybody in working order. I'm just gonna cleanse all this real quick. You have a question? I am more than happy to answer any questions. Ellen can keep her stuff. We're not touching that. We might need those pieces from Piper. Alright, that's it. That's all the pieces. I just want to make sure we know exactly what we're working with. Who do you think you should pull next? You recently got Miyabi and Yuzuha. So you have Miyabi and Yuzuha. What other teams do you have for, like, what other S ranks? Because Miyabi Yuzuha can work together as a team. You could also play them separately. Miyabi Yuzuha Sokaku is very strong right now. You wonder when Vivian is coming back. It was 2 patches ago, so Vivian could come as early as like 2.3. It really depends on if they release like an anomaly or a support that anomalies can use. That's when I would see Vivian running back. We'll have to see though. You have Yishuan, Jane, Astra, and Harumasa as your limiteds. So I'd be looking at probably using Yuzuha with Jane. Because Jane would very much benefit from that. And then you can play like Miyabi, Astra, Nicole. Or you could play Mono Ice with if you have Lycon. So I would probably be looking at getting an anomaly partner for Jane. So either Vivian or Bernice. Either one would work. I would lean towards Vivian. Unless you just really like Bernice, then you can use Bernice. But between the two, Vivian is slightly ahead. You don't know how, but you have really decent luck on Zenless. We appreciate when the gacha blesses us. So you have Yishuan, you have Miyabi, and you have Jane plus Yuzuha, so you have pretty solid coverage. I assume you have Pan Yin-Hu from pulling for Yishuan. You should have at least one copy. You got Miyabi's signature? Nice, nice. You ordered an account review and said you got a study followed by a diagnostic and long time medication. You wish I had decent luck on ZZ. My main has like okay luck. It's pretty good on W engine, but characters sometimes put up a fight. My alt on Zenless has the craziest luck I've ever seen in a gacha. My alt is crazy. Good luck, which is great because it's free to play. My luck in Wuwa was hot garbage when I was playing. I cleaned out all the support sets, so let's see, can we build one Astro Voice Swing Jazz set? Ideally we can build two, but can we build at least one? Bam. Bam. Actually, I should be looking at main stats first. We have an attack DD4, yes. We have one on Swing Jazz as well. We have two on Swing Jazz. We're ballin'. The problem that I see is that we have no energy regen on either set. You randomly got the newest character from doing a temple. We love to see it. We wish it were us, but we love to see you succeeding. But yeah, for your account, Nani, I would be probably looking at Vivian for Jane. Other than that, if you want to invest into Harumasa, you could consider Qingyi or Trigger. And then the only other coverage you're missing is Fire, so you could be looking at getting a Fire DPS. You're all out of batteries and you haven't done Hollow Zero? No worries, it's all a matter of time and progress, Trey. We're trying to figure out where we're at right now so we know where to go. What I know we need to go, though, is getting energy regen DD6s. Like, well, do you have any? Do you have any energy regen DD6s? You're thinking about getting Monado if he's ever playable and lighter? Well, we saw Monado in the story, so there's a good chance he's going to be playable because they gave him combat animations. So he's definitely going to be playable at some point. And then lighter's cool, but you don't. Miyabi could use lighter, but it's not her best team. It can work, it's just not her best team. But if you get lighter, you could get like a fire DPS to pair him with. You heard Mono Ice is really hard to pull off on Miyabi. So Mono Ice is... I would say Mono Ice is fine. The difficulty to clear and the difficulty to optimize are two very different things. The difficulty to clear on Mono Ice is pretty chill. Pun intended. Like, it's not bad to play it at a level for you to clear content with it. If you want to play it at a level where you're chasing high scores, that requires a lot of work. But if you just understand like how Anomaly works and just how to go back and forth to keep proccing disorders with your Anomaly, if you can do that at least, you will clear with Mono Ice. And if you don't want to play Mono Ice, you can do Astra Nicole, you can do Yuzuha Nicole, you can do Yuzuha Lucy. Although I would try to keep Yuzuha with Jane, because Jane needs her more. But Astra Nicole works great for Miyabi. You just got Supreme Fortune telling on ZZZ, maybe it's time to pull. Maybe it's time. If you pull, I wish you good luck. We might need to run 2-piece polar metal on Tokaku. The only issue is that we still wouldn't have an energy regen disc for Pan Yin-Hu. Or Nicole. No, we need energy regen. Try disc 6. That's like the most desperate need on this account right now. Because this set could be shared with Pan Yin-Hu or Lucy. We do still need a second set though. You're sadly at M5 Nicole. Yeah, the M6 is really nice because it gives the crit rate. It is very good. We go this and this. Do we have a better attack percent one? This gives anomaly proficiency. It's something. This is good. Should you keep doing Hollow Zero to farm the achievements if you've already done the 6 points already? 6K points for the tapes. You can, especially if you still have levels. Like if you haven't hit what's the cap at right now? 120. If you haven't hit that, you could farm it out. This one's leveled, but it doesn't have any attack rolls. But it should be fine. So with this, we would need 2 swing jazz ERDD6s. And then for Nicole, we want 4-piece swing jazz. And literally just anything that looks good. You're still free to play on Zenless and thought about becoming an Internet player? So like buying the monthly? I mean, if you're gonna spend, so long as you do it within your means, the monthly and the battle pass are definitely good value investments. We don't have any DD5s for her. Do we want to go crit rate, or it really doesn't matter? This is gonna be on Yishuan's team, so I guess we can go crit. And do we have Shockstar anywhere? We still need energy regen here. Shockstar. You tried Trial Miyabi and Hollow Zero yesterday, and you feel that it's impossible to turn off your brain and still clear things. Miyabi is definitely easy to approach, that is for sure. Look at that, we found 2-piece Shockstar. So we literally just need 3 Swing Jazz ERDD6s. And we can have the sets that we need. Are these good sets? Not really. But they have the correct sets, and we will have the correct main stats to maximize our supports buffs. And then we just swap around the Astro Voice set depending on who we're using. So these two sets will be shared between Lucy, Pan, and Sokaku. So that's outside of the DD6s, we have everybody with drive discs. Yoruba Instinct is definitely finding it relaxing. That's good. That's good. Some chill vibes are always nice. Okay, so we're in pretty good shape for drive discs. We really just need we need 3 swing jazz ERDD6s. Alright, now, so we know we're in good shape for the drive discs for the supports. We just need to level them. You tried Alice yesterday as well, and she is very flashy, yes. Alice is very flashy indeed. I quite enjoy her animations. Alright. I think the only thing we have left to look at this point is the supports, skills, and cores. Oh, and levels. All right. You're 60, you're 60. Pan Yinhu and Lucy need level. What about W Engine? We also need W Engine levels for Pan, Nicole, and Lucy. Not as off brain. Yeah, it's not as turn off brain as Miyabi, but it is still very satisfying. Sokaku is 60-60, so she's good there. So now for skills. Well, let's look at Sokaku first for skills. M5, so this is 33776. I would try to get these to like at least 11 just because it's cheap. But other than that, we wouldn't really worry too much. And even then, it's really just ult. Because we're not going to use these on normal support Sokaku. We're just going to take care of that. So we just need core E. That's really all we need on Sokaku. For now. Nicole also needs core E, and then ult at 11 would be nice to have as well. Since we are playing with Shockstar, getting assist to 11 would also be good. Let me actually make the game a little bigger for y'all. Just a smidge. Smidge more. So yeah, core E for Nicole, assist and ult to 11. That should be good. Pan Yin Hu. We have EX and ult leveled already, so it's really just core E that he needs. We already looked at lighter. Lucy needs... This is M3 Lucy, so that's skill at 7. We're running double attack, so like we don't need to worry too much, but I would probably get a couple more in because her attack requirement right now is 2600. So I would probably get this to 11 because that would lower her attack requirement by 230. And it's pretty cheap levels. Well, actually, no, 11 would be... Yeah, 11 would be 9. Yeah. And then ult being at this is fine. We could consider that as well. Did I put core? Core doesn't matter as much, but we still want the energy regen. So core E. And then we already talked about that. And that's everyone. That is everyone. Okay, so the only thing that we're actually pretty decent on drive discs right now. We literally just need energy regen. And then this is what we have to work on to get everybody in working order. This isn't like complete builds. This is to get everybody in a place where they are usable comfortably. You really should start building Nicole or Lucy. You can't go wrong with either one of them. Who you build really depends on your account. Alright, I think we're in a pretty good spot for Trey's account. We have a good idea of what Trey needs to get built. So, to go over things, we went over Trey's roster. They have a solid roster going on. So we took that roster, we focused on 3 DPSs, Miyabi, Yixuan, and Soldier 11. And we built teams around them using the other agents they have available. So we got Mia Bloom with Vivian and Sokaku. We got the Yixuan team that I never found a funny name for, with Pan Yihu and Nicole. And then we have the agenda with Soldier 11, Lighter, Lucy. These options are just some other team options that could be explored later on. But these 3 are the ones we're focusing on for now. We gotta pick a focus, get those 3 teams going to clear endgame content, and then from there we can branch out to other teams. We figured out what drive disc sets we need to do, so we know what to farm, what to craft. So we got 2 good stages that we can farm out. And then the master copies we'll use to farm these. But honestly, this is just for upgrades because we have everything outside of some energy regen DD6s. And then we put it all together in a little to-do list. Most of the DPS are in pretty good shape. It's just Soldier 11 that needs work. And then we got a few things to work on for the supports. Trey, are you alive? Or did the internet get you still? I do plan on sending this to Trey so they can reference it. Do you look at an account that's only a week old? You don't have any discs yet, not much to work with? Yeah, I'm willing to look at accounts of any age. With younger accounts, there won't be as much deep diving that I can do, but I'll still look at it. I am more than happy to look at where you are at and give you some direction on where to go. Don't mind what I'm doing right now. I'm literally just OCD. Getting this all on one page. The team name is Broke Business. Wait, why is it Broke Business? That's just Nicole. That's not the team. That's just Nicole. Welcome back, Trey. You know, Trey, it's your team. We can call it Broke Business if you want. Do you DM details on Discord? So it's a channel point redeem, Gisley. I won't be able to do it today, but if you want me to review it on stream, we do have the channel redeem available, and then I am more than happy to answer any questions off stream though. Like, if you want me to look at your account off stream, I will do that, and you don't have to worry about, like, free of charge. I'll just help you out on the server. I know you joined the Discord yesterday. If you post your account stuff there, we have the ZZZ help channel. If you post your stuff there, I will gladly take a look at it. The redeem is just for people who want me to look at their stuff on stream. So if you want me to review it on stream, we have the redeem. But if you're okay with me reviewing it off stream, send it on the Discord. I'll be more than happy to take a look. Admittedly, this is my first time doing it on stream, so I was kind of coming up with some stuff on the fly, like the spreadsheet. So I hope to do it a little faster next time. But I think we got a lot out of this. All right. So Trey, I got you a little to-do list here. Good news, you're pretty good on drive disks. It's broke businesses. The summit is kind of broke. I see. You're gonna talk through Discord? Okay. Trey is too laggy to talk on Twitch, unfortunately. Alright. Yeah, good news. We literally just need energy regen swing jazz pieces. You're trying to add your Zenless profile to Enka, but it's not working for you. Are you getting, like, errors in Enka? So in summary, Trey, you need 3 swing jazz and 3 energy regen swing jazz pieces. Do you have calibrators? You want to progress a little more before getting reviewed? That's fine. Whenever you are comfortable with me reviewing it, I am more than happy to do so. If you have any questions in the meantime, you can ask here in chat. You can ask on the Discord. Your account looks more like a skeleton than a proper account. It's okay. I know you were talking about trying to plan out your polls yesterday. If you have more questions on that, feel free to ask anytime. You put in your UID, but it's saying it's non-existent. Strange. And you're putting, just to make sure, you're putting it into the Zenless search, right? Sometimes it'll like default to like Star Rail or Genshin, and that can mess with things. I know it's happened to me a couple times. You do. Wait, oh yeah, no, the calibrators would be here. You don't have any calibrators. We literally just need energy regen. DD6s. There is one calibrator coming with the monthly. Trey saying sharing with Lucy only after the ER disc. So essentially what I set up is Sokaku, Pan Yinhu, and Lucy will share gear between each other. We have 2 sets right now. They're currently on Sokaku and Pan Yinhu. Whoever you're not using between these 2 and Shiyu defense, you would give their set to Lucy. And they just share a set. I made it so that way the set works no matter who it's on. Like it's attack on both of them. So like you can swap them around. You can give the entire set and there will be no conflicts. You're more than likely going to miss me out because you don't see a way to get her this week. You'll be okay. Like, I know you weren't sure about getting Miyabi, but I can say if you cannot get her now, you will be fine. If you end up liking her and you want to get her on a rerun, by all means, I would just say if you go for Miyabi, save to get her signature as well. You want both. You're back from your 11:30 Taco Bell. Very nice. Did you get a Crunchwrap Supreme? I don't have much Taco Bell, but I like a Crunchwrap Supreme. If you miss her, you'll probably just get Alice or Yuzaha. That is perfectly fine. You get the Lux boxes just due to the value. That's fair. We do like value, especially in this economy. Yeah, these units literally just need, for drive discs, it's just energy regen. Like, normally I do not recommend rolling for 1 drive disc. Normally I do not recommend doing the single because it literally doubles the cost. But in this situation, where we literally need 1 slot and 1 set, it can be worth considering just rolling. Trey did ask for me to give a once over to Ellen. We can take a quick look see. She's not a priority at the moment, but let's see. Well, we need an attack percent here. Is this attack percent? That's not. So we can do this. And do we have a better hormone punk piece? We do. Burrito, taco, supreme taco, normal taco, twist, and medium soda. Yeah, for $7, that ain't bad at all. If we level this drive disc on Ellen, she's hitting 60 over 154. For having no crit weapon, that's not too bad. And we have potential for some more crit here. We just don't have many options for attack percent right now. Because Soldier 11 and Miyabi take priority. So yeah, I would just get this leveled, and then Ellen will be usable with just this leveled. What's tomorrow's stream? Tomorrow I am off, but we will be streaming Persona 5X and likely some Zenless on Thursday. CU defense gives so much polychromes. Do they reset? So there's 3 sections of Shiyu. The 2 blue ones are permanent. They do not reset. The red section, the critical node, that one resets bi-weekly. And that one has like around 700 polychromes. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. It's like 700 or 720. But the blue sections are one time only. And they do give a lot for the first time clears though. Is it 800? I thought it was lower. Yeah, no, it's 720. It's 720 at reset. You might be able to get 50 pulls for use engine. It's okay. You live and you learn. I know you're going for the 75-25, but I hope you win it. If not, if you have Lucy W engine, Kaboom the Cannon, you could use that, and that works perfectly fine on her. But here's hoping you win it. Grilled cheese burrito with nacho fries and a Baja Blast is the way to go. I do love me a Baja Blast. If you do lose the 75-25, but you lose it to Rena's signature, Weeping Cradle, that's also fine, because she can use that as well. You already lost your first 50-50 for user. How hopefully the game would be nice to you for engines. I hope so. We can only hope the gacha is kind to us. Now we ball. Alright, I think we're all set at looking at Trey's account for now. I did take a quick look at Ellen. Oh, what are your skills at? Yeah, these are fine. I'd probably get a couple more levels into assist, but this is fine for now.
Touch my tail, and now.
But yeah, I think we're in a good spot. Trey, I'm gonna send this over to you. If you have any questions on it, anything that comes up, by all means. Your very first pull on a weapon was a lost 75-25, and it was great gravestone, and now you own 3 of them. Right. With that, let me go ahead and get logged out of Trey's account. I don't have too much time left, but we can... I was planning to do Battle Trial, but it's alright. We had a good time going through Trey's account. These account reviews are always a good time. This is the first time I've done it on stream, but I've done some of it off stream, and I quite enjoy just looking at people's accounts and just trying to give some direction. We're gonna chill out for a bit with some of the good old Bizarre Brigade.
Morning. Want to start this beautiful day with a win?
How did? Oh yeah. I'm like thinking how did the beginning of my Zenless account go? And it's like, oh yeah, I lost my 450/50s, my first 450/50s, and my first 275/25s in a row. Yeah. But then Yanagi came and blessed me, and I won both her 50/50 and her W engine. So that was great. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is having a good time. I also remembered that I'm playing Card Queen and I should not be walking into things. Here's easy start with losing the 50/50 Soldier 11 and then getting Ellen 20 pulls later. Very nice. Soldier 11 was also 40 pity. We love to see it. Oh, that armor is useless for me. The treasure detection isn't, so I'm still going for it. Same fate. Your first ever pull was Grace, so 1 pity got Grace. You know what? That ain't bad. You lost your 50/50 to Soldier 11 and then got Yuzuha 70 pulls later. That monk just almost spawned and took 1 of my health, just like on spawn. That was almost very unfortunate. Ooh, 2 headphones. You're gonna head out now? You gotta wake up at 7 and it's 12 o'clock. Sounds good. You have a good one, Yotsugi. Thank you for dropping in. This means nothing to me. That also means nothing to me. You know, Alpha was giving me advice about getting the items that cost health because it doesn't affect things, but I just don't get items that cost health. I get items that give health. You keep forgetting Zenless has arcade games. They are pretty fun, especially Bizarre Brigade. I love this game mode. I can't afford that. I want to knock them into the boss, but... Oh no! Well, at least the boss died. I suppose if I'm going to lose a health, losing it to insta-kill the boss is a good way to do it. These do nothing for me. Okay, there we go. That's one item, although it's not really that crazy. You really hate that you didn't play Zenless a lot in the past? It's okay. You're playing now. Just means you have more to enjoy now. Take your time and enjoy all that Zenless has to offer, because there is plenty of it. As someone who has played 2 accounts over the past year, I can assure you there is plenty to do. Although I also double my workload, but even with half the workload, there's still plenty to do on one account. Trying to get all this money, but I'm also trying to not lose hell. Bridge sticker is pretty good. I need another pirate. You heard ZZZ started out not as great, which is why you didn't give it a try until now. There were some quality of life improvements that were needed at the start, but I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Like ZZZ hooked me from the first moment, like literally the first cutscenes. I'm like, oh, this game's kind of cool. I literally came to play ZZZ just because I thought Lycon looked cool, and then I'm like, oh no, wait, no, this entire game's cool. When you came back, you were still on chapter 2 of the story quest. You got a lot of good story to go through. My partner's actually, she's been catching up because she started playing early on for 1.1 because she really likes Seth, and then she's been on and off, but now she's trying to play it more frequently, and she's getting close to finishing 1.x. She's on like the 1.6 story right now. You're all caught up now? Nice. Did you enjoy it? Did you have a good time with it? Were there any particular favorite moments? Nice, we got the boss, and I did not lose a health bar. Your favorite moment was 2.1. That's fair. Am I still playing WoW? I am not. I did end up dropping it in 2.3. Yeah, that was Zani's patch. So I did end up dropping it then. I do still follow it a bit because I do still help some people out on a couple Discord servers I'm in, but I don't play personally. I just still like learning about it. Yeah, tearing eyes because of Alice and Yuza. I feel you. I was also tearing up. I could probably count on one hand the amount of Zenless story chapters that don't make me tear up. I get very emotional watching like going through Zenless. If you have questions for Wua, I can try to answer to the best of my ability. I'm pretty good with answering anything up through 2.4. I know a decent amount of Frolova. Frolova was actually a character I was really looking forward to, but she just came out after I stopped playing. But I'm pretty comfortable answering with any questions for anything related to before that, and then if I can't answer it, someone on the Discord likely can. I did hear the Frolova story was quite good. No, I don't know. I probably won't be touching Wua for a good while, if at all. Like outside of a couple characters like Frolova and Zezé, not too many of the characters hooked me. I liked Zani, but I didn't want to pull Phoebe. And I didn't want to play Zani without Phoebe, because Zani without Phoebe just feels sad.
They're here.
Yang Lee's? Did you mean to say Yanagi? I mean, Yanagi is my second favorite character. So, yeah, I quite like Yanagi's story as well. Oh no, I'm at 6 health. It's okay, this is the charger wave. I kind of expected to lose some health here. Not this much health, but some health. Ooh, we just barely dodged that one. Yeah, you wanted Zani when you heard about the Phoebe situation, you skipped. Yeah, that was me as well. I also wanted Zani. Like, Zani was probably the 2.x character I was looking forward to the most until they revealed Frolova. But yeah, I don't want to pull Phoebe. And that combined with some other concerns about the game just turned me off from the game entirely. You only pulled Phoebe because you like her? I mean, that's a perfectly good reason to pull Phoebe. If you like a character, you pull the character. That is perfectly valid. You saw the drip market came out tonight. Ah, yes, that was for Ayano. I saw one of the Discords I was in, or that I am in, was posting it.
They're here.
Yeah, she's the moon lady. That goes along with Augusta, the sun lady. There's some ranged attacks coming from somewhere, and I'm afraid that they're gonna get me. But I really can't move from here. Getting fridge sticker was so nice because I can just stay in one spot and just dodge what's coming to me. And I lost the health. I got greedy. That's on me. Thank you for the redeem, Mr. Nani. Do I mind checking to see if your UIDs are up now? I can take a quick look. Yeah, is there a particular... What unit did you want me to look at? Which unit are we looking at today? Let me make sure I can get you pulled up here. For some reason, Enka is acting up. Miyabi. Alright, let me see if I can get this pulled up here. It looks like Enka's actually down at the moment, but let me see if I can pull you up another way. Can I pull you up on internet? No, yeah, internet network isn't working either. So I think it might be an issue with the API. Oh, you know what? You know what I can do? Are you're NA, right? That's an NA UID. Okay, I can get you pulled up in game. It's not what I usually do, but we'll make it work. Let me just back out of this. Thankfully, that saves. I am NA as well, so I can get you pulled up here. It doesn't look like you have Miyabi here yet.
Brings you here this time.
If you just added her, you might need to log out and log back in. Let me know when you do that. I understand Enka being down for the Genshin patch. But for the Zenless to be down as well. I know they've been having some issues. So Enka is a website situation, but you do also need to update in-game. So Enka is the website's issue, but this here, you'll want to add Miyabi to your profile, and then if you already have done it, you'll want to log out and log back in. You just refreshed it? Okay. Let me back out of the menu, just try to refresh it on my end. Still showing. Let me try logging out and log back in. You hit a point where you need 2 teams now for CU defense. Nice. So that's stage 6 or stage 5. One of those. Should work now? Alright. Let's see if we can get you pulled up here. There she
This
is.
is the path I follow.
You like seeing polychromes go up? The polychromes do go up with those first time clears. Alright, so we got Miyabi, M0, signature. Signature is level 50 right now. I assume you're working on getting that to 60. 4-piece branch and blade, 2-piece woodpecker. We'll take a look at the drive discs in a second. I do want to look at the skills first. Core E. Did you just pulled Miyabi this patch, Nani? Okay. So skill priority is good. Basic. Looks like you're prioritizing basic first, and then EX and ult. I would get some levels on dodge and assist, like early on. Getting them to like 7 is fine. And then later on you can level them past that. Because eventually you will want everything leveled on Miyabi. But your priorities are in the right spot for just getting her. So you're good there. If we look at just her stats right now, really good attack, really solid crit damage. Crit rate could use a bit of work though. Because she's, even with her branch and blade, she is not hitting 80%. You want to be hitting at least 80% after including the 12% from branch and blade because of her passive. Her crit rate contributes to her anomaly buildup, which then contributes to her charging up her enhanced basic. So I would actually consider, I assume you're on crit damage DD4? Yeah, I would actually consider swapping this to a crit rate one. Because she gets 80% crit damage from her signature and the 4-piece set. So currently you're hitting a 72 crit rate to 222 crit damage. So your crit damage is really skewed over your crit rate. You want to try to be at like a 1-to-2 ratio. But if you switch to a crit rate one, that puts you at a 96 over like 180-ish, like high 170s. And that's not including if you get like crit damage substats in your crit rate disc. But yeah, I would recommend swapping her to a crit rate one. If you get more crit rate subs, then you could consider swapping back to this. But from where your build is at right now, I would use crit rate for the time being. Looking at your pieces, we got double crit here, solid. No crit damage here, but we got some good crit rate and attack. This is a really good piece. That's a nice piece. That's good to have. We already talked about the DD4. DD5 ain't bad either. These are all good stats on her. Kind of wish there was like one more roll into crit, but that's just me being nitpicky. This is a good piece. And then this we would want to get crit on. So we have opportunity to get crit here. And potentially crit damage on this piece. But overall, for just getting Miyabi this patch, I would say you're in a really good spot. Really just level her W engine, get this on a crit rate, and then just keep working on getting her skills and eventually her core F. But yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Any questions, comments, concerns? Yeah, you want to be hitting 80% at the very least after including Branch and Blade's passive. So Branch and Blade will give you an additional 12% in combat. So at minimum, you want to be seeing 68% here. You will be getting 2.9% from leveling the rest. Crit damage, so with a crit rate DD4, you would ideally be looking at like 120 out of combat. So that would be around 5 crit damage rolls from where you are now. If we were to assume this changes to crit rate. And then attack could be better as well. But overall, I would be focusing on just getting that crit rate DD4. I wouldn't stress too much about substats. Does ice damage matter? So for drive discs, you're playing. I assume if so let's say we're doing like Oscar Nicole, then damage percent or pen ratio would technically be better, but the gap between damage percent, attack percent, and pen ratio is small enough that you just pick whichever one you get with good substats. If you have multiple options, like say you get this exact same piece but it's damage percent, then I would lean towards the damage percent one. But if you get a damage percent one and it's got like flat HP, flat defense, when you got a double crit one right here, I would just keep using the double crit. Because the substats make up the gap. Does that make sense? Cool. Anything else I can clear up for you? No further questions? Sounds good. Happy to help.
Eradicate all evil.
Alright. I do have to end stream soon, because I do have to be going to bed. But let's go. I want to get this Bazaar Brigade at least finished up. So we'll take care of this Bazaar Brigade run. And then once I finish this up, we will likely call it for the night. Donut. I still need to get the thing. I don't know if this is going to count towards the burger. Need to do enough damage where I kill it with an explosion. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, boss is dead. Oh, are you serious? I got clipped by that. I shouldn't have gone for the donut. Did I at least unlock? Oh, why do I still not have Burger Boo? I bought the donut. I can't unlock this character for the life of me. Nah, it's all good though. Me going greedy on wave 10 is not unusual for my Bazaar Brigade runs. Alright. But I think we're going to go ahead and call it here for tonight. Thank you everybody who stopped by and chilled. Greatly appreciate it. I will be off tomorrow, but we will be back on Thursday. I'll be streaming some Persona 5 X endgame content, and then we'll likely do some Zenless after as well, so we can get started on Battle Trial. Thank you, Nani. Thank you. If y'all want to get notifications when I go live, make sure to hit that follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube. I am glad to hear it, Nani. We do also have a Discord available. Let me go ahead and get that link over. So you can join the Discord. In there, you can continue to ask for help for Zenless. You can ask for help in Persona 5. Anything else going on, you can just hang out and chill. Talk about what's going on in your life and mine. and just have a good time doing it. But it is my time, so I'm gonna get some rest. Y'all do the same. And until next one, peace.